one of our favourite shows. It's Craft Along time, and let me tell you, if you are a pet lover, you have found us at the perfect time. No, none of this is scripted. It's lovely to see you. Hi, how are you? My name's Becky. We've got the fabulous Debbie Fisher with us today, and I want to let you know 100% that the incredible, amazing treat of a deal that we had for this show has sold out. But do not worry, we have still got absolutely oodles that you can get along with. If you have not worked with our Craft Along before, we have got a fabulous little list of treats that you can get your hands on, and then step by step the wonderful Debbie is going to take us through a very cute card, and it really is going to be a seasonal favourite that we've got for you in this Craft Along. It's something for any animal lover out there. And again, do not forget, if you don't have the exact paper stock, the exact card, you can still have fun with this and play with this. This is a make for any dog lover, isn't it, Debbie?
Oh, absolutely. You loved this collection when it came out. I'm not surprised it's now sold out, but Craft Alongs, Becky, are not about what we've really got in stock now. It's about not just leaving you to just buy something and saying, you know, there you go, that's it, yeah, go away and you have a play. We want to still offer that education, and Craft Alongs are a really fun way of just being able to do that. And to make this Craft Along, we have just a little list of things that you're going to need for those. With me looking very pale in those pictures when it's gone from me to those pictures. How funny is that? You don't realise how brown you are, do you, until you see pictures like that. But what you will need, if you're not distracted by my whiteness, is your paws, Santa Paws, your 6x6 paper pad, your snowflakes and paws embossing folder, the Deck Your Paws stamp set, your pug stamp and die set, but if you want to use a different one of the stamp die sets, you can. I'm using a set of square nesting dies. Then you want your Christmas Dream chunky glitter, your retro Christmas candy cane, I'm just using that for the foliage, a quick drying ink pad, some water reactive ink pad, I'm using Frosty Jade, and then tri-blend pens as well. Now just some extra items that you're going to need, and that is craft card, white card, your ribbon, your Gemini, your guillotine, your stamping platform, your tacky glue, a tape pen, and your foam on a roll as well. So grab all those bits together and then we will get started.
Absolutely. We're going to give you a couple of minutes to get those things together, and whilst we do, should we read some of your comments? Let's see what you've been up to. Let's. Hello to Karen. Karen's in saying, thank goodness it's payday tomorrow. My poor bank account. I'm so excited for all of my goodies. Oh, Karen, I'm so chuffed for you. Yeah, do you know what? I always like spending the day before a payday, because for me, then you've got less in and then you've got more in. You're like, ooh, whereas if you get paid, you're like, yes, I've got a good amount, but I've got so much to spend. I kind of like it the other way around, so I love what you're doing. Lindsay is saying, hi, everyone. Lovely to see Becky again. Oh, thank you. It's been a long time since she's been at CTV. What has she been up to? What haven't I been up to, Linz? Been on all the day. I'm working as a multimedia journalist nowadays for a radio. So radio and news outlets. So basically, imagine presenting, but also being nosy and interviewing people. That's the combination of my job. So it just sums me up beautifully. It really does.
I bet you're a brilliant interviewer.
Oh yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I mean this in a really good way. You've got that nosy nature.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I love that. I think no, but that's good. I've got a nosy nature. Yeah. My mum always taught me, if you don't ask, you don't get. So if you want information, you've got to ask. Yeah. But you've got to be that person to be able to ask, haven't you? Because you don't mind people saying, no, I don't want to tell you that. Then you're fine with that. It doesn't matter, but you've got to ask.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think as well, sometimes when you ask a question that you're just being nosy about with a smile on your face, people appreciate that, don't
absolutely,
they?
Yes.
Just good to know. Let's share. On that note, if you've got any secrets to tell me, I won't tell anyone. I'll just read them out. Hello, Mary. How are you? Hello, everyone. I am crafting and watching, but as soon as I heard tri-blends for $1, I had to place an order. I got 2 sets of each.
Ah, that's why they've sold
Mary,
out.
that's why they've sold out, isn't it? Thank you, Mary, and I'm glad I can imagine that. Oh, and pause. Debbie's in from New Jersey. Hello to you. Hello, Laurie. Oh, my days. Okay. Watching from Arizona, 113 degrees today and tomorrow.
Oh.
So that's in Fahrenheit. In Celsius, what is that? Because let me tell you, if it's more than 19, I'm melting.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be in the, I reckon 40.
No.
40 plus.
No. We'll search on
45. I knew that would be in 40s. Honestly, that's really hot.
You could cook an egg.
You would, absolutely. I mean, at the maximum, we were on 33 in Lanzarote.
Wow.
And that was really hot.
Yeah.
So, yes, 45, that must be unbearable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
that's really
by the
hot.
time it gets to 25, I'm bringing out the washing up bowl with water, my feet in it, in the garden.
See, I love the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I love it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not walking around with Speedos on. Oh, Ben would be.
Ben likes his speed. I always call his budgie smugglers.
Yeah, that's not just in summer though. We all know what he's like. Hello, Michelle saying evening, Becky and Debbie. And not forgetting Chaz are watching. Oh, I love that, Michael and Stephanie, and not forgetting Chaz are watching.
Hi,
How
Michael
lovely
and Steph.
to see
Nice to see you.
Hello, Sandy.
Or hear you. Not see you. Read you.
Creepy.
See you. Hear you.
Creepy. Good to see you. Sandy says, cannot wait to see all the inspiration for the wonderful collection. Let's give you some inspo right here, right now, because let me tell you, we have got loads that you can create with this, and we have got a craft along. We've got beagles in this one. We've got this gorgeous pop-out card, included a Dalmatian. I feel like we don't see Dalmatians that often.
Very true.
We've got so much different inspiration for you today. And we are bringing to you wonderful pugs. We've got for you some, look at these with the little antlers on. Very, very cute indeed. We've got a Santa Paws collection for you here, and we are going to be doing this as part of our craft along. You went for the pugs on this one.
Yes.
Why did that draw your attention?
Do you know what? I'm not a big lover of real pugs.
Interesting.
Yeah, but in picture form, and also, and I've said this before, I love the pug on Men in Black.
Oh, yes!
He really
so
makes, and he's got a
cute.
proper rough voice when he talks. It's just really funny, and I think he's gorgeous. I had a bit of a bad experience with a pug who didn't like me,
Right.
so I've never been a massive lover of pugs, but when I look at the stamps, I just love it. I adore it. I think it's a really cute one. I love the fact that you've got the papers. So let's get started. I'm just flicking through. What I love about this pad, I don't know if we've got any pads in stock, Johnny. Maybe we can check those.
We might
But
do.
you've got like toppers in here as well. So if you just wanted to do a nice topper, so if I bring that card in, you could have this topper on the inside of your card if you didn't want to do anything else, or just the outside and do it as this framework. So you've got beautiful papers in there, but we are going to go to that pug one. But yes, I do have another one. So take that one out. So we've got that. Now I'm keeping this to true size. Now the reason being is I wanted to keep it 6 by 6, so I'm making a 6.5 inch card.
Great.
So I'm taking a 7-inch card blank and trimming it down. If you want to, you can get your cardstock and make 2 pieces of card, stick them together and make your card. So however you
Great.
choose to make your 6.5 inch card, I just thought it'd make it easier to do a 7-inch piece, and then we can trim that down to 6.5.
The pad is in stock if you do want to grab it. You just have a little look on our website and click shop the day, and you'll be able to see any of the other deals that we've got. We have been selling out left, right and centre today of things, so you really do have to be quick today if you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Next, so we've got our 6.5 inch card blank. Next, we're going to trim our craft card down, and we're going to trim this to 6 1/4 because we've got 6.5 inch card blank. So 6 1/4 by 6 1/4. and then our 6x6 will go beautifully onto that card. Now what we have to do now is I want to make a hole in both of these. So we're going to start with doing it on our first piece first, because then we can gut out the middle afterwards. So with this piece, we are going to take a set of nesting dies. Now you don't have to stick to a square. Now I'm using square ones. You could use circle ones, you could use oval ones, whichever style of card that you want to do, you could use that in. So I'm just using the square ones, and I'm actually using, at home I had these mixed up, which was one of my stitched edge ones. So I'm using the stitched edge as well, but I'm going to use that on my craft card. Again, if I bring this out, can you see I've got a stitched edge just on this one. It's not needed. If you've just got your normal nesting dies, you can absolutely do that. So what I want to do is make sure that my nesting dies, let me just take those off there, I'm using the right ones that are going to fit within that frame. So this one here looks like I can get that. Yes, I think that's the one. I am just going to double check that is the one that I've used on the inside. Oh, I think it might be the smaller one. Let me just double check, and then I will tell you which one down it is. Can't get that. There we go. I think it's this one. This one gives me a bigger frame. That's the reason I'm using it. So it's not the biggest one, and it's not the second biggest one. It's the third, or the third one down from the biggest one is what I should say. That's the one that I'm using. So I'm going to take that one away. This one is going to be cut right into the front. Now you could, if you wanted to, Becky, measure it all out. I'm pretty much a girl that does everything by eye. So all I'm going to do is take my tape, and I'm going to look at where my dogs are, and I'm just going to use roughly my craft mat, my glass mat should I say, and just making sure I've roughly got a similar edge to there. I never think it really matters unless you're in particular need about getting things straight, because I know some people can't bear things not to be dead central or straight, but you could use your ruler afterwards. I mean, we've got a ruler here, so I could sort of pop that onto there roughly. Oh, that's pretty bob on. Yeah, I think that's not bad. I'm going to take that, and then we're just going to run that one through. Now you can see I've taped on both sides so it doesn't slip in the machine. I mean, all you've wasted is your piece of cardstock, but because you only get 3 sheets of each pattern papers, you don't want to waste them, so just make sure you do take them down. So once we've got that one through, that's going to give us our first piece in the middle. Now, we're not needing this one, but what I would say is don't waste that piece of card. You could use that as a mat and layer for another card. So I'm going to pop that to the side, and then we're going to, while we've got these out and while we've got our craft card that we've got the scraps for, we're going to place these together to make ourselves a frame. So all I'm going to do, again, we're going to take these ones down, and this is going to create our beautiful frame for around that piece. And the reason we're using exactly the same die is because this is going to frame around there beautifully. So just place that down, and we'll run that one through as well. So that one onto there. And again, I haven't done any measuring. I've done it all by eye, and I'm just checking that I've got the same amount of sort of increments around the edge. So once we've done that one, we've got our frame now for the outside of our card. So let's just take those pieces off. And again, we don't need that middle section, so you can use that for something else. And then we've got this lovely frame, which will fit perfectly around that edge, like so. So we've got our frame, we've got our inside piece. Then what we need to do is to have our blank piece of card to start with. Not our, yes it is, it's there. So this bit is underneath. We've now got our pieces showing, but I want my frame to have this craft card around it. So the one that we cut out first of all is going to go round to here, like so. And then what we want to do is we want to have that mid section. So all of our workings are done there. Now I hope that I'm not going too fast. Please message Becky or send a message in if you need me to recap on anything. It's just that I want to get to the colouring and make sure that we've got enough time to do that. So the next thing I want to do is we're going to take our embossing folder. I love this embossing folder because not only has it got your paw prints on it, it's got all your snowflakes on it as well. So it's a beautiful embossing folder. Now I'm going to use this with my Frosty Jades. I love this colour and it just goes really well with the colours that are in the pug papers. So what we are going to do, we're going to use our ink pad and we're going to use it directly onto the front of our folder. Now the one with the pattern is the front, but you can tell because it's indented where this side is more raised. And we're going to take our pad directly to that side. And all we're going to do is make sure that we put plenty of ink going onto there. So it's nice and subtle, but you're getting a plenty of lay down of ink on there, like so. Oh, I've done that without even cutting our card. Let me grab some cardstock, that would help, wouldn't it? So we're going to take, oh, that's a piece of watercolour cardstock. Debbie Robinson's had a sort out and the card is
She has indeed.
back to front. There we go. She's so good, isn't she? Right, so before we do that, bring in embossing folder. I know my embossing folder's 4 by 6 inches. It says on the back, yeah, it normally says on the front. I'm thinking it didn't say 4 by 6 inches. So that's what we're going to trim this to. Where I'm going to go in slightly smaller because we've got a little bit of an edge on it. So we're going to come in at just under the 4 inches. And I'm going to come in just under the 6 inches. So it's like 5 and 7/8 of an inch. There we go. And then all I'm going to do, we've still got some ink on there, which is not likely it's evaporated much, but I will just put another little bit down, just so we've got that covered. And then I'm going to take my card, place it into that middle section. And we're only using a square of this, just placing this on top. I'm actually thinking that might be too light. I've got a feeling I'm going to do it. In fact, I'm going to switch out. I'm going to be really naughty here because I think that I've used, oh no, maybe I did use that one. Let's try it. And if I feel like it's too light, then we'll use the darker one.
Okay, great.
I thought that's the one I used, but now I've looked at it, I'm thinking that looks a lot lighter, but actually I did want it quite light. Let's try it and see what it looks like. And what I mean is we go back to this one. You can only see a little bit of it through here, but the green in this one looks a bit darker, but I might be right, might be wrong. Yeah, see, it's a lot lighter, can you see? It's a lot lighter than what's on the inside. Yeah. So I am going to do it again, but you don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm just going to trim another piece and let's use our green topaz instead.
Okay, great.
So I'm sure you'll all forgive me, but you can use whatever colours that you've got in your stash.
Lovely.
Pop that to the side. And again, just under the 4 inches and just under the 6 inches. And it just means I've got another piece of pretty card for next time.
Great.
So this time we're going to bring in our folder again, which I put down somewhere. There it is under the piece of card. And then we'll just use our green topaz this time. Yes, I think I must have been using both of them at the same time to write it on the list. But let's use that one. And I'll show you both results afterwards so you can really see them. But I think this one just, the green shines through beautifully. So again, place that over the top. It's a 2D embossing folder, so all you need is your top and your bottom cutting plates. Send that through and that is going to emboss that beautifully. And for anyone that doesn't know, this is what we call a letterpress technique, where it's embossing the ink into the areas that are not raised. There we go, that's better. That's given me a much more deeper lay down. So you can see if you want a more subtle effect, which is of the lighter colour, or you want a darker effect, so it was the darker one that I used. Your embossing folder is not ruined at all. Just give it a wipe or a wash under a tap. All the ink will go ready to use for the next time. So let's place those ones there. Now this one is going to go underneath here like so. So I don't actually need all of that. So I want to make sure though that I've got plenty of room. So I'm just going to hold it to the back and then just snip with my scissors just across that section, and that will just ensure it's not going to poke out anywhere, but I've got my actual design. Now what we need to do now is get on to the making of the shaker card. So let's pop that one to the side, and we're going to bring in, now I took mine out in just a little bag rather than bring my full pot, but I've used that amazing chunky glitter that's in Sarah's Christmas dream, but you can use any glitter that you've got in your stash. So what you want to do is to use this as your sort of base here, and then we want to grab some foam here, got some foam on a roll, and we want some acetate, so I've got my acetate as well. So my acetate here, most acetate, or our acetate especially, comes with a protective film, and that just stops it from getting marked or anything on there or any scratches. And then I want to really use this onto the back of here, so we're just going to trim it out a little bit, and what I would say is where, as you can see it here, I would just snip, so I'm going to just cut onto here. I'll give you more accurate measurements when we go through. All I'm doing is so I've got enough around the edges to be able to glue it into place. So let's bring the guillotine back in, and I'm going to trim this one. That's down to 4 1/4. So 4 1/4, and actually 4 1/4 inch square would fit, wouldn't it? Perfect, because it's the same square shape. So 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. That's giving me my back here then to put onto here. So what I'm going to do with this one is we're going to use our tape pens just to glue this in place. So I'm going to go round the whole, the excess round the edge. And I'm going to put 2 lines just so that gives me plenty of glue onto there to hold into place. Now normally I wouldn't say a glue pen is a good thing to use, Becky, but our glue pens are really sticky. They're super sticky, they're very good, and the one thing that I would always say with any glue pen is to burnish, because then you know it's not going to go anywhere. So what you'll do is you'll get a smoothness that comes through because your glue has now gone right into your acetate.
Great.
And the reason I say that is because no one wants a shaker card with shaker bits coming out of it.
No.
You don't want to give a shaker card to someone and then they pick it up and all the bits start to fall out. So that's going to keep them all in place. The next thing we want to do is to use our foam pad. And I would say to get as near the edge as possible, and then that way none of your shakers will be lost. Because if you don't, it means that you're just wasting all your shaker elements, because if you put the tape down here, your shakers will go down to that point, but you won't only see what you see in this bar. So all we're going to do is go round and make sure that when you butt this up to it, you really push it into the crevice of that one, because you don't want any gaps. So it's just a case of going round the edges and making sure that these are really right up to the edge.
Gorgeous. Lovely Sheila's messaged in saying, I've made some Santa Paws cards today to give to my friends who have helped me walk my 4 dogs.
Oh, I love that.
I love this collection. It's made me giggle so much to myself
does.
whilst making them.
Oh, I love that. That's so nice, isn't it? And that's the thing, crafting should be fun.
Totally
so
agree.
yeah, I think if a collection makes you giggle, then it's definitely doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And
Let
then
us know what your friend says. I bet they absolutely love them.
Oh, absolutely. 4 dogs though. What dogs have you got?
Yeah, let us know, and I want names as well, please, Sheila.
Oh,
I'd love
yes.
to know.
I love hearing dog names.
Me too.
Yeah, absolutely love it. There was just on the social media page the other day, someone's got a dog and it was called Dennis.
Oh, there is something about dogs with human names that just gets me
I
every
know,
time.
Absolutely. Well, we used to have a cat called Norman.
I love that, Norman.
Yeah, it was called Norman, and my friend's cat was called Dave.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so, but there is something very funny, you're right, about names like that. Now what I'm going to do here is, because we've got this bit to cover it, I can actually put my sequins in, because normally we sort of say if you're going to put this on top and you need to get it square onto there, it's fine, but because it would be hard to put that onto the back and know you've got the same measurement round the outside. The good thing is with this, we can now stick this over the top, which means we can put our sequins in here. The other thing I always do, Becky, is I take my tape off first. because I am terrible for putting them in and then getting my, then taking this off and then my fingernail sticking to it. You pull it and then they go all over here and you have to start again because you've got to either take them off of the sticky and it just makes it really hard work. So let's pop our shaker elements into there. So I'm tipping them out everywhere. I don't think we might need all of those, but we're going to fill it. There we go. Just tap those down into place. And the reason I'm doing that is just so they're a little bit flatter. And then we will put this straight over the top. So that will just go there. So I know now that my shaker is all covered. And then again, I am going to really burnish that down into there. And that's just going to make sure that that doesn't come apart. And then all I do with this is using my tape pen now is just to go along the back here. And the only reason I'm doing that is because we've got now this extra around the edge. And the reason I've got the extra around the edge is because that's just going to make sure it's all the same height when you lay it down onto your craft card.
Great.
So we're just taking that all the way around. And then that will stick onto your craft card. So we've got a nice full shaker there, probably overfilled a little bit, but I like a full shaker.
Yeah, looks great.
And then just pop that onto there, like so. And then all we're going to do with that one is we will stick this onto the front of our card. And then I think, shall we have a break and then we can come back and let you all catch up with this part and then we will come back and colour our pugs in.
Perfect, that sounds great.
I mean, yes, what better thing can anyone be doing on a Thursday night? Although we're having our tea cooked for us tonight.
What are you having?
By Ben. Well, by Laura, I think.
What are you having?
Not by Ben. She's doing a lasagna for us.
Oh, well.
I've heard she does a really nice lasagna. Yeah, we're Molly Collie sitting. So we're going round tonight to make sure we know all the information about everything.
Of course.
And Laura's going to do some dinner for us. So there we go. We've got our shaker card element, all our bits to do, and now we'll do our finished pieces when we come back.
Perfect, thank you so much. So whilst you're catching up, let me say hello to a few of you. Sheila's in saying, I used the embossing folder from this today and used silver wax on the snowflakes and copper and bronze wax on the paw prints.
Oh, I love that. That's
I
nice.
bet that looks so rich, doesn't it? I bet that's fantastic. Melanie says, phew, I'm late, but I'm here. You're probably out of breath. Thank you for joining us. Penelope, what a great name. Oh, I love it, Penelope. I'll never forget when Becky was talking about the colours available in an ink pad bundle. And while a pink bud a while back, and she accidentally called one of the colours cottage cheese. I was crying with laughter. Surely that was the other Becky.
I don't think it was.
Hi all. Unfortunately, Debbie dragged me to Lanzarote with a right bunch of people. It was awful. I got badly burnt and ended up with 2 ear infections. That's from Alistair.
Oh, he's sitting in the green room. He has got a really bad ear infection. That's probably because he went in the pool too much.
I love that. Yeah, blame her. Hello to Rosalind saying our geriatric boxer's name is Ralph. Oh.
Ralph, oh, I love that.
And his companion that crossed the Rainbow Bridge was Rosie. Ralph and Rosie,
Aww.
That's beautiful. Sheila says, I've got 3 Jack Russells. Ozzy, great name, Scamp and Lottie. And Jack, a Russell Chihuahua. I don't think I've ever seen a Russell Chihuahua cross.
A Russian?
No. Russell. Not a Russian Chihuahua.
Called Russell.
Yeah. Russell is in Jack Russell
Oh, right, yeah.
and Chihuahua. To be fair, that's more my accent than anything. Called Chewy.
Oh, I love that.
So cute.
Chewbacca.
Yeah, like that. I wonder if it does look like Chewbacca. Alistair says, my first cat was called Uncle Vladimir. And my second was called Tangerine.
Was called Tangerine. Well, there is a story. So you say I've got stories about pets, but there is a story about Tangerine. But it's a long story, so I'll tell you another time. But basically, they lost it on the moors.
Oh, blimey.
It might not have been the moor. It was somewhere they'd gone, and yeah, they took a cat on holiday. And let it out to go for a walk and lost it.
They sound like my kind of people. I love that. Debbie, do us a favour. Can you just remind us what size the square dies were you used? So it was 3 down, wasn't it? And
yes, so it was the 3rd one down and the 4th one down from the biggest dies. Yes.
Perfect. Thanks very much. We are going to a quick break to let you catch up, and then the crafting continues. To see you in a minute.
What I love most about Crafters TV is the community.
Crafters TV brings everyone together from different corners of the world.
It also connects you with people from all over the world.
You guys have been there for me. I feel like you guys are my family.
I feel like I'm crafting along with my friends.
I met some of my best friends for life from Crafters TV, so thank you very much.
When you're having a tough time, you can switch on Crafters TV and you can go on the live chat, and you know people will be there for you as well.
And there's so much support, respect, and inspiration all through the socials.
It's a place where we can all share our love for Crafters Companion, ideas, and get inspiration from each other.
So what's not to love about Crafters TV? So go make a coffee and pull up a chair. Let's all get crafting. I'll see you all there.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
The Crafters Companion warehouse clearance is here, and everything is just £1, $1 or €1. Stamps, dies, paper, markers and so much more. Shop the warehouse clearance on our website today and save big.
My favourite part is the interaction we can have with the lovely presenters.
The laughter and the giggles and the dressing and the jokes.
Really fun and really good, and sometimes the only laugh you will get when you're not feeling well.
There's a personal connection with the presenters and the demonstrators.
The inspiration and clear instruction is patiently presented.
I love everyone that I have come to know on Crafters TV.
Well, you got 2 comedians, Dan and Craig. They're not comedians really, they're brilliant.
Presenters are great. Demonstrators are great.
Number 1 is the enjoyment I get from watching Ben and all of the demonstrators making the projects.
You are all so down to earth and genuine people, always willing to share and help.
Personal connection with everyone that's involved in Crafters TV.
For me, they have become my friend, creating a personal connection and making you feel part of a crafting family.
And get me a chuckle. It just feels like you're right there in my living room.
believe we've only got less than half an hour left, but what a great time if you have just tuned in. Hey, I'm Becky, and we are partway through our craft along, where we have been getting ready for the festive season. So with the fabulous Debbie, we have already created a beautiful looking card using our pug paper. We've made a shaker, but there's still some more to do, isn't there, Debbie?
There certainly is, yes. We're going to do some colouring in. So I've already put my pug onto my stamping platform. So here, we're going to stamp him again. So we've got two, just in case we don't get time to do both of them. At least we'll get one of them done. And then I'm just going to use a black ink pad to stamp them out. Now, because we're using alcohol pens, I am using my alcohol-proof ink pad. That means that it won't smudge and it will stamp beautifully. So we're just popping that down. I always like to stamp a couple of times just to make sure you've got a really nice print, or stamp should I say, more than a print. Oh, we've missed his paw there, so let's just push on that piece. And then all I'm going to do is just move him over. I mean, if you wanted to use two dogs, like one of the other dogs that we've got in the collection, you can absolutely do that. So I just thought it'd be nice to have two different pugs, because I also didn't realise that you get different coloured pugs as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think there's 3 different colours, isn't there, of pugs. Not a multicoloured pug, guys.
Johnny's like multicoloured. Oh, I love the blue and green one, don't you?
That'd be the next thing, wouldn't it? Is different coloured pooches.
Yep.
Although there are people that put dye in their pooches, shampoos and stuff, don't they?
That is true, actually. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so we've got our pugs. I'm just going to grab myself a piece of card. I've got a bit in the bin. I will use that so we don't waste another piece, just to colour this onto. Now, the colours I've used is red and green for the scarf, which is alpine green, and the dark red. Then I've got a pale pink, which we're going to do first, because I am just going to colour their little tongues with a pale pink. And into that one. And the colours that we're going to colour the pugs with are a tan blend and a brown grey blend. I figured these would sort of be the colours of what I would see pugs as being traditionally. So I'm going to take the red to start with, and we're going to just colour. I'm going to colour from the lightest colour, so let's do one side. And I'm just going to do the lightest colour, and actually we only need to colour through the middle section of the scarf in the lightest colour. And the reason I do that is so I don't waste all my ink. And then I'm going to come in with the darkest one now. So even though we say a 3-colour blend, because it's just a small image to colour, I'm just going to come in with the darkest colour on there. That will give me the shading that I need. So just around here. So even with a smaller image, they're super easy to colour in, and you can still get that amazing shading that you would expect to have with your alcohol pens. Like so, and then we'll just come round like that, which gives me my shading. And then we're going to come in fact I'm going to just put a little bit more of a pinker tongue in, because you can't really see that very well. And then let's come in with this is what I always think of with pugs, is the lightest, sort of the grey browns. So we're just going to come in and do this. Again, not using it to the edges, because you'll blend into those corners. So making sure we've got a nice lay down of colour there. I'm doing one section at a time, just to allow our alcohol to evaporate and blend perfectly together. So all I'm doing here is going round where I think that darker shade will be, like so, and where the lines are is giving us some shading, and then we can go to our darkest colour and then do the same. So that's just coming round the edges, and it's just making it a little bit more 3D, a little bit more lifelike, and it's just about adding that shade where you need it, like so. And then we're going to do the same on this side. So we've done our lighter, so we're going to our mid one. And then just coming down those edges. I'm still keeping that light and shade in the centre where I think the light is facing on. And then we'll do the same here. And I'm just making sure that we leave enough light but also around the edges for the darker one. So then our dark one will just almost fill those gaps. So I'm thinking the shade would be around the scarf. And then just where that darker shading is in the stamp. So nice and easy. It doesn't take long to colour these stamps because they're a nice size. And the great thing with them as well is you are getting your die to cut them out. So that's his body done. And then his face. Now we're going to colour the face with the darker. In fact, I'm going to just see if there is a brown grey shade, which I think there is, because we'll get a darker one on that one. Yes. So I'm just going to, so we've got a nice dark one on the shades. So what I mean by shades is we do, and if you've got them at home, you've probably got them. We've got the brown grey blend and the brown grey shades. And that gives us, let me tell you those. So on the blend is BG 2, 3 and 4. And then this one is 5, 6 and 7. So it fills the gaps. Yeah. So if you've got your classics or your illustrators, you'll have these pens, but there'll be one individual pen. So let's go in with the dark straight away, and we're going to colour literally. So it may feel like you're colouring something really dark, but it is how your pug will look. And if you're not sure, follow your here on that you can see on the actual side here. So you'll be able to see exactly where that shading should go. So we're just doing this all of one colour and underneath.
Have you ever heard a pug sort of doing that chatty thing they do?
No, what's that?
Oh, I wouldn't like to replicate it just because I'm so good at it. I'm sure all pugs would leap at the screen. But no, it's kind of like a nuzzling, not a pig sound, but it's like a comforting. It's really, really nice.
I think you have to do it. I don't think you can just.
No, it's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. It's more like a. No, not quite. Imagine that, but cuter. It's like that. It's lovely.
I thought you were very cute, Becky.
Thank you so much. Anyone with pugs, do message in. Do you know what I mean? That noise they make. It's like a. No, that's a pig. I'm getting closer with the spelling at least.
But perhaps they are a bit like pigs because they've got the flat noses.
Cute little nose, yeah. I can't describe it, but it's a lovely sound.
Well, we like it, whatever it is, Becky.
I'll practice for next time I'm on.
You do bird impressions?
Yeah, I was by accident. It was a raven meets a parrot, I would say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Oh, nice, very nice.
Sandra did look a bit shocked. Yeah, while she was demoing, but you know, these things just come to me.
I love that.
Look at his little face.
I know, it's so cute, isn't it? I absolutely love him. So let's cut this one out and get all our other bits done, and then if we do have time, we'll come back to the other one to do.
Okay.
If we don't, you'll know how to cut them. So I'll have
Debbie, we have lost your microphone, so we're just going to do a little battery switcheroo.
Okey-dokey.
Okay. It's come back. That's weird. Talk, Debbie.
Oh, has it come back? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, a spooky's going on.
Whoa.
I haven't even moved. I didn't even move.
No, you didn't.
Normally I could sort of have I jolted it, have I done something, but yeah, I haven't moved. What's weird though is they've gone really quiet in my ear now.
Have they?
How funny.
Don't worry, I'll be honest with you, they're not seeing anything exciting. They're not. They're following you, Debbie. You carry on.
I thought you meant, when you said they're not following anything exciting, I was thinking, what, am I boring?
No, they're not saying anything exciting. I said saying.
Oh, you said seeing.
They're not saying anything exciting. They're watching Midsummer Murders in there.
That's funny. Right, so let's cut our little pug out, so nice and easy. What I love about this as well, Becky, is you just follow the lines, because it's what I call a skeleton die. You can see straight through it, and so you can get that clean, crisp image every single time. So we've got all our bits there. Let's do our sentiments, so we know that we've got our sentiments. So you can choose whichever ones you want. There is some brilliant sentiments on here. These are just amazing. Can we get anything individual? Is that, you know?
Yes, there are a couple
so
of
there is some
individuals.
individuals online. So I love this one. So I'm actually going to use, because we're using it as a strip, I want to use the We Woof You a Merry Christmas. I think that's just brilliant. So we're going to stamp that one out onto here. So let's just move that one, pop this here. Now what I want to do is I want to create a little sort of pennant. So we're just going to pop that there, and I'm going to put this right down to the base here. Because you can get precision stamping with our stamping platform, I'm just going to pop that there, and then we can cut it to size afterwards. So just like that. I'm going to use our quick drying, so let me just go and find there we go, a black quick drying ink pad, because it says what it is. It just dries really quickly, so you're able to cut it straight away. So I'm just going to do a couple of stamps of that one. I mean, if you want to, you could pick up the green in the papers and use that frosty jade, or the what was the one we switched it to in the end? Can't even remember. What was the other one called? Frosty Jade and... Oh, yes, Frosty. What is it called? My brain literally has just switched off.
What is it? Was it Green Topaz?
Green Topaz, that's the one.
Green Topaz.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah, yeah.
Green Topaz, yes, that would then match your actual card. So what I'm going to do with this one, we're going to do this into a pennant. So we're just going to place that onto our guillotine, and right where we've got that straight line across the top. So I'm just making sure my paper's straight. We're going to just cut that there, so you get that nice piece. And then all I'm going to do is take your scissors. And this is a good way of doing a pennant. If you just trim it to where you want it to be, to get a straight line, if you look at where you want to have your middle section on your mat, so about there, all I'm going to do is cut up from the middle to where I want that to be, and then cut from your edges in, because that way you then get the perfect pennant size on your edge.
Great.
So like so, there you go. So we've got that one, and we're going to place that onto the front of our cards. So let's pop all this together, and we're going to use this outside edge. Just going to bring in a piece of card to use my dotty tape pen on. And we're just going to go around the edges on our frame that we did at the beginning of the show.
Great.
Can't believe we're nearly coming across with our edges here.
I know, yeah.
Let me just...
Mary Pat's just messaged in saying, this is one of the cutest collections. I completely agree. It really is. It's absolutely... Cute is the perfect word for it, isn't it, Debbie?
Oh, so cute. Yes, absolutely. It's one of those collections that once you start using it, you'll be using it on everything. Like, because everyone loves dogs. We're a nation of dog lovers, aren't we? So I absolutely love the fact that we've got all that. Right, let me just tidy up a bit, because we've got all these bits all over the place. And then we've got We Woof You a Merry Christmas, which is just going to go straight onto there. And in fact, I'm just going to move this a little bit and put a little foam pad on there as well. So we'll just do that slightly different. So I'm going to put my foam pad in the centre, like so. I'm going to pop another one on there. These are quite flat ones. And then I'm just going to use my tape on the ends, so that will hold them down. So turn that round. So we'll pop one there, and then the other here. So that will just create a little bit of a different bunting. And then let's just pop this on. And let's just grab some, oh, we'll put them right beside me. Grab some foam pads and I put them right beside me. Onto there, like so.
I'm forever doing that, losing things that are literally right next to me.
Yeah, I'm always doing that. I'm terrible. I have things right in front of me, Becky, and I'm always losing them. Now, the only other thing I want to do is we want to use some cardstock. So I've got gold and I've got the green cardstock. And we're just going to run some dies through. So I've got my dies, let me just find them, from our Retro Christmas. And I've got just some foliage dies. And I just really want to use a couple of these ones, just to add a little bit of a difference on here. So let me just... where have I, oh, there, I'm hiding everything. Just going to place these onto here. I had my Gemini Mini actually, but by the time I walked over to get it, it will go through here, no problem whatsoever. So I'm just going to add those to go through. You can use whatever foliage that you want to use or whatever you've got in your stash. But we'll just run those ones through, and then I'm just going to put some gold ones through as well, just to add them. And then I've just got a little bow just to finish off. So let's just pop those on there like so. And let's just pop them out. I don't want to come out of there. There we go. So that's one. Then pop them onto that one. And then this one as well. So just a little bit of a contrast from greens to golds. I like adding just little decorations, even if they are the smallest ones. It just adds to the card and looks more pleasing to the eye when someone opens them. And actually makes it look a bit more Christmassy, because what's really nice about these as well, these are not overly Christmas cards. Yeah. And I quite like that. Like the pugs, really, it's got nothing on him to show that he's Christmas apart from a scarf. Yeah. So really nice way to be able to do those. So let's just pop these on, or pop them out, should I say. There we go. And then one more. That's it. And then we're just going to stick these on with a pretty bow. So I've got my bow here. And all we're going to do is, in fact, I'm going to use, if we've got some, because every time I come up, oh, there is some. There's never any glue gel, but we are going to use our glue gel. So what I am going to do is pop a piece on first, and then we're going to stick these into it. So just one onto here. Let's pop one under there. Let's do that one. And this one. Oh dear! Oh. That comes. Oh dear! Bless you! I don't know where that come from. Normally you can sense them when they're coming, and that didn't tell me that was coming. So I apologise.
Literally made one of these cards fall over.
Apologies. Apologies for that. But there we go. We managed to stick them on without too much trouble. And I know we are coming to near the end of the show, so we won't have time to do the other one. But if I just bring that in so you can see the other pug, we've used the tan blend to make that one. But you can see exactly the same. But hopefully you'll have as much fun making those as what I've had, because I just absolutely love them.
They're just phenomenal, aren't they? They're brilliant. I loved how you just did a magic sneeze and then went, and they're stuck on. Like, I usually just use glue, but whatever. Debbie, thank you so much for showing us that. What a fabulous show.
Yes.
What a phenomenal kind of fun, creative palette that we've got there. It's just something that everyone can get involved with. As you know, we have sold out of the big bundle. However, we have got some individual pieces on our website. So you have got time now to go and have a little look and have a little check out. Now, we have got another Becky with you tomorrow. It is the ever so elegant Debbie Swan with you tomorrow. Becky Swan, sorry, with Debbie Fisher. Oh my gosh. 2 human names, 2 animal names.
Oh yes, I love that. As much as I can't wait to see Becky, I thought I was working with you again tomorrow, so I didn't even realise it was that Becky. Yes,
it's surprises left, right, and centre, just like that sneeze that crept up on you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm not even sure what we've got on tomorrow. Honestly, I'm in a bit of a whirlwind now.
Oh bless you! You've got a warehouse clearance tomorrow.
Yes, we have.
Friday Night Live.
Oh yes, Friday Night Live games time.
Yay! We love it. Debbie, thank you so much.
Oh, it's been amazing.
Today.
Sorry we've only got the 2 hours to work together, but hopefully we'll see you in the future.
I'm sure I will see you very, very soon. Thank you as always. Thank you at home for all of your messages. You are fantastic. Now go out and be creative because you deserve it. I'll see you very soon, my loves. Bye.